Hello, and we are now in Whitehan, which is the north side of the bund, and we are walking to the center of the bund. And as you can see, this is the bustling area of the Shanghai, but this is not the center of the Shanghai, but the center is right there. That area there behind me is called lujiazui, and that is the busiest and the most expensive area in the Shanghai. And apartments there, they cost millions or billions of money. In renminbi and in dollars, let's say if you are not super rich, some movie star, you most probably don't have a chance to buy an apartment there. Maybe 90% of the people of the earth cannot even think of buying an apartment there. But anyway, keep your dreams up. Maybe someday you, me, we can buy an apartment there. Anyway, let's continue to walk towards the bund. That hotel behind me is an expensive one because you can actually have a room there and then watch that beautiful view on the opposite of the river. But yeah, guess how much a one room costs? Okay, it starts from the 400 euros and it then goes to 500 euros if you want to watch the lujiazui. But if you are not so keen on the view, you might get a room just for 400 euros. But nevertheless, I would say that it is pretty expensive for a hotel. But that's what you get in Shanghai if you want luxury, if you want good hotel or mediocre hotel with a good view. So that there behind me, it's the bund. And that's the most crowded place pretty much. Usually at evening times when people come to the bund and see the lights of the lujiazui. See the lights. So those high rises behind me, they are evening time, they are illuminated, all lights on, and it's pretty beautiful. And the bund right there is fully crowded, full of people. Everybody are here to see the city lights. Now it's noon, so this is, let's say, maybe the least crowded time. Lujiazui can be translated to Lu family's mouth, but of course that's not the way how it is called. It's just called lujiazui. This is the best view for the lujiazui. My humble goal probably is to buy an apartment in the lujiazui, but unfortunately it's really expensive, and I need to check that out how much it is, but it is something to 30 to 40 or 50,000 euros per square meter. So this is the north bund, and yeah, it's pretty nice temperature, pretty nice weather, and that is the international cruise vessel. This is Shanghai. That tower there that looks like a needle is the Oriental Tower, and that is the most famous building in Shanghai. And actually it even has a roller coaster inside, at least it had it 10 years ago when I went there first time. But yeah, that's one of the buildings that I have been inside here many times, and then I have to show you more. But maybe you can take a look at this modern city view. This is the modern city. Maybe the most modern city in China, or at least, well, I don't know, maybe not, at least pretty much on the top of the list. of the modern cities. So we are now in Lujiazui, and I can see electric cars, Porsches, and all the good Deutsch cars, Germany cars that we have in Europe, and also a lot of Chinese brands. This is 1 hour afternoon, so it's like 1 o'clock, so the traffic is not that heavy at the moment. But wait until it is the time to get off the work, so then there will be traffic, a lot of traffic. Pretty much all the buses, at least in these high population cities, and also even lower population cities, but basically in China you don't find low population cities, you find always a lot of people, and it's like major cities in China, and also even not so major, like first tier, second tier, and also even the third tier cities, even lower tier cities. All of the buses, or pretty much maybe 99% of the buses, they are all electric buses, so you cannot see gasoline buses or diesel buses here. You cannot see them here around, and that it has been like that, like let's say already a couple of years. And also a lot of taxis, they are also electric cars, because it's a lot cheaper to drive electric taxi than to drive gasoline taxi. So that's why people choose to use electric cars. And also the electric prices in China, they are fixed according to the government regulations. My estimate is that around 30 to 50% of the civil cars are all electric, at least in the first tier cities, and especially in Shanghai, because in Shanghai, if you want to buy a car, you actually need to pay for the license plate, because there are huge amount of cars in Shanghai. So that's why you have to also purchase the license plate. And the license plate for the gasoline cars costs a lot of money, maybe around 10,000 euros, I would say, or even more. That's why people choose to buy electric cars, because the electric cars license plate is free of charge. The Chinese electric cars here are a lot cheaper than the imported cars from the outside, and also more and more people get out of poverty, earn more money, and they also have chance to buy a car, and that's why the amount of cars is increasing a lot. That's many reasons. People are getting more money, cars are getting cheaper, and license plate is free of charge. You can actually find really, let's say, huge amount of charging stalls for the electric cars here, so that's why you're not lacking of those here. But of course, rush hour is rush hour, and you might need to wait, maybe. But yeah, I don't have an electric car here, so I don't know. But this is also something that I have heard from others.